Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made my carnitas. This is the very first time I've ever tried attempting this. I did use an InstaPot, but I'll go ahead and put the ingredients and the steps down in my description box below. So right now I'm just taking the chunks of pork shoulder that I bought at HEB. It was like a 3-pound pack for $8 or something, super cheap. So I put it in the pot and now I'm pouring in half a cup of orange juice and a 1/4 cup of lime juice that I had already mixed up together. And I started putting in my onions and then realized maybe I should season the meat before I do that. So I stopped and then I started putting in the seasoning, and that is 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of salt, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. I will say next time I do this, I might add a little bit more salt or maybe some seasoned salt to it. We had to add quite a bit afterwards. So it'll just be to taste, your preference, I suppose. And so I'm just making sure that I covered every piece. And I pour that all in. And then I took about 3 or 4 minced garlic pieces and just poured that right in as well. And now I went ahead and I added the onion and I put some on top, some in the bottom. So I'm kind of just mixing everything up. And so I went ahead and I added 1 bay leaf. And then after I thought about it, maybe that should have gone in the bottom. Anyway, so you put your pot inside the InstaPot. Of course, you cover it and then make sure that your knob is set to sealing. And when you turn it on, it's on high pressure, and the recipe I used called for 75 minutes. So 1 hour and 15 minutes. And once it's finished, you just want to do a natural release, so you don't move it to venting. You just wait for your little red little knob thing to go down, and then you open it. That took about maybe 20 to 30 minutes to naturally release the pressure, and it left the meat super soft and tender. It was so good. So then you grab a baking sheet and you line it with foil paper. So then I just took out all of the meat from the pot and placed it on the cooking sheet. Then with a fork, I just spread it all apart, and it was so easy to do. The meat was so soft and tender. So then you take some of the juice that's left over in the pot and pour it all over the meat. I also turned my oven on and it's set to broil, so that's warming up as I'm doing this. And I put it in for 5 minutes, and then you notice that the carnitas start getting a little brown, kind of toasty on top. So after the 5 minutes, I took it out and then I just turned all of it over. So you flip all the meat over. And so then I put it back in the oven to broil for another 5 minutes. And once that side was done, the carnitas were all finished. And that was it. Super easy to make, and it was so delicious. I chopped up some cilantro, onion, lime, avocado, and we made some delicious tacos. Hope you enjoy. Let me know if you give it a try.